I do have skills that make me a nightmare for people like you.
G'day, is that Mark?
Speaking.
G'day, Mark. It's Samuel Logan here. I'm the Response Senior Sergeant for Counties Manukau West Police. I'm ringing because I've got a file from the IPCA
Yes.
in relation to a complaint where you have had interactions with one of my staff, and I was just ringing about that complaint.
Okay.
Are you in a position to have a chat at the moment, or are you
Yeah, sure.
busy?
Yeah, no, good.
So, yep, I've had a chat to the constable Hannah. I've had a watch of your YouTube videos, and I have to accept that, in my opinion, that you were told you were detained and you were not allowed to leave, and that you weren't given a lawful reason for that detention, and that you weren't given your Bill of Rights. So I've had a chat to the constable, made sure, and the constable sergeant, so we've used it as a training opportunity for the constable and the rest of the section. And I will obviously be forwarding that information back to the IPCA.
Cool.
And
I'm still trying to get
accordingly,
the CCTV footage of your CCTV footage of it, and the IPCA said to put an RFI to you guys, but I just haven't done it yet.
I'm at Otahuhu, so I can't help with that. I don't have the access to the CCTV footage
That's
at
right.
Manukau
I've got
because I'm based at Otahuhu Police Station. So, but I obviously the constable Hannah that spoke to you, she's Hannah Wynn Park. She's one of my staff, so that's why it came to me to deal with, because she was the one that said, she was, and she was well intentioned.
Yeah, I get that. It's just, when you use the word detain, you better have a reason for it. And I have no issues with you guys coming out and chatting all day long. I have no issue with that. It's just when you start using that authority to, overstep.
So we've used it as a learning curve, and thankfully that you weren't thrown on the ground and handcuffed and dragged down to the cell block.
Well, it would have made great footage.
It would have been rather embarrassing.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things. Obviously, the heightened state of security was since
the day and age,
we've gone to
climate. Yep.
Only since Christchurch we've gone. We've gone into a heightened sense of security, and everyone's a bit tender. And
is there anything that can be put through to all the stations that, for public knowledge, that photography, like the ACPO does over in England, telling them that photography alone is not reason for detention? Do you know what I mean? It could
anyone's allowed to film. Anyone's allowed to film anyone in a public place. There have been some cases overseas where people have been filming and their filming of police station frontages and that type of stuff has subsequently been found after a bomb attack as well.
Sure.
But that is, and so it is a precursor, but at the moment New Zealand law doesn't say, we don't have a law that says you're not allowed to film a government building or
I'll be back.
Yes, there have been some cases overseas where people have been filming and their filming of police station frontages and that type of stuff has subsequently been found after a bomb attack as well.
Sure.
But that is, and so it is a precursor, but at the moment, New Zealand law doesn't say, we don't have a law that says you're not allowed to film a government building or a government institution or anything like that. If you're in a public place, you're allowed to film in a public place. So
that's right.
That's the law of the land, and until it gets changed, if it ever gets changed, that's the way it is. So,
I mean, in some cases, my footage has actually helped you guys. You know, I'm not doing it out there to. It's more of an awareness for people. You know, and like in Hannah's case, if you do overstep, no big issue. Just sort it out for next time, and like you say, take it as a learning curve.
Yeah. So I've dealt with it with my staff here at my station, at the station at Otahuhu, in relation to something going nationally to every cop in New Zealand. That's probably something that would have to come from PNHQ or Police National Headquarters, because I can't really tell other stations.
No, of course.
You know, other senior sergeants or inspectors what to do and how to talk to their staff and what they can and can't do, type of thing. I'm responsible for my own staff, and so I have to accept what we've done in this case. And I can't change anything. She did it. She was acting in good faith from
I agree.
What she thought was the right thing to do, and she's made a mistake. We've talked about it. We've learned from it. And
move on, and
it won't happen again.
Good man.
That's right. Yeah. So
all right.
So I will send you an apology letter as well on behalf of police. From what I've got that, and from my point of view, that's pretty much all I will have. And there's a couple of other things you brought up, but they sort of not really stuff that I can deal with from where I am.
Sure.
That they're probably things that will need to be dealt with by other people within the police, so to speak. So
that's all good. That's not a problem. And I appreciate. And could you please pass on my regards to them all, because they were extremely pleasant and lovely people. Which just don't use the authority unless you've got the reason to.
Sweet as, I will do that. We've had a few conversations about it.
I'm sure you do. It's a great chat around the water cooler.
It wasn't around the water cooler though. But yeah. Alrighty. Okay. So
cheers.
Thanks very much. No. I'll be sending that out to you in the mail in the next couple of days.
Appreciate it.
And I will also put a copy on the thing that I send back to the IPCA. So
good as.
If there's any other questions or queries, just before I go, do you have any other questions or queries here?
No, you've summed it up. Just so long as everybody's learnt from it and it all goes well. I mean, if I strike anything bad, just as much as anything good, it all goes up on YouTube. And I think for the most part, I mean, I've recorded hundreds of police encounters in my time, and 99% of the time, there's no issues. It's only 2 occasions where I've been unlawfully detained. So, and that's pretty good going over 8 years. So hey,
it is one of those things, and some people, when you're not sure, they think I've got to hold on to them till I know better, which is what the case was in this state, in this situation. But she's learned that you've got to have a reason to detain someone. So awesome
choice.
Cheers.
All right, you enjoy your day and have a good Christmas.
You too.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.